Hi, grade sixes. Today I'm going to show you how we can create graphs within Google Sheets. So here's an example where we're in Google Sheets and we have been already given a table of all our data. We haven't had to create our own table. So once you have your data in a table, you can see we have labels for each column, and we have information in each column. So what you want to do is, first it says create a bar graph. So it tells you specifically what kind to create. You want to select your labels and your data, and you want to highlight that all. Then you want to go to Insert, Chart, and you're going to hit Chart. And up popped a bar graph. Now, sometimes a different type of graph will pop up. It doesn't know. So what you need to do is you need to go to Setup. This little chart editor will come up when your graph shows up, and you need to and you can change what type of graph you want to do. If you scroll, you can see you can do a pie graph. You can do that a bar graph going sideways. They call the ones going up and down column graphs. You can do a line graph. And so it gives you those options there. So if I change this to pie graph, then it would show me that pie graph with all my information, all my cities, and all my data. Now we can revise that accordingly, but it asks for a bar graph. So let's go back and let's pick the bar graph it asked for, or the column graph I like. Okay, so within this chart editor, you can go through and you can see it mostly just builds it for you. Your x-axis, the label is city. If you need to change anything, it can be done in here. I'm just going to move this over. And you can, this series is your y-axis, and you can see the title is here. If you go to customize, you'll get chart styles. You can change colors. And a lot of that doesn't have to be done. Here's your axes titles. So here's your chart title right here that you can type in and change. If you don't want January rain in millimeters versus city, but you might want a title like East Coast rainfall, we could change it to something like that. And then you can see it changes up here. So if you want to make any changes to your specific axes, you can pick that here. Again, colors, labels. One of the things I was wondering about is if you could change the increments of your scale. Now you can change the minimum and the maximum values of your scale. So for example, if I didn't want this to end at 150 and go all the way to the top, I might want my minimum to be 0 and my maximum to be 200, just to show that I wanted to show that there was a possibility of some more. I didn't want my one bar to go all the way to the top. But again, not necessary. You decide how you want to show your information. But I can't find a way to set the increments. I've looked. It just sort of automatically does it, so we'll just trust its judgment to set the increments. So that's how you dismiss. That's how you can make a graph within Google Sheets. Now, one of the things I also want to show you is, so you can move this graph. You just drag it, and you can move it down